Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. So today my topic is Selenium 4 new features. Okay, so we all know that Selenium 4 has come. So they have released their stable version on last October, 13th October. So they have introduced some new features in Selenium 4. Those are very good. So I am here to explain about those feature and how to implement those feature in your code. I'll show you. Okay, so the features are four features mainly today I will cover. The four features are: first is multiple tab, second is screenshot of a particular element, third one is multiple window, and fourth one, the most important one, is relative locators. This one is the new feature that all these features are implemented in Selenium 4. So let's start. Okay, so first thing, that how you can configure Selenium 4. Okay, so this is a Maven project I have created in Eclipse, and this is the Maven dependency I have introduced here. So we all know that Selenium 4 is available, the alpha version, then the beta version is available from last 2 years, but recently last month they have released the new Selenium stable 4 stable version. Okay, so these two are dependency, Selenium 4 dependency I have introduced here. Okay, so in the video description link I will give you the Maven dependency link as well as the Maven dependencies also, so you can use those dependency. Okay, so now directly let's go to the code. Okay, so here I am using Java as a programming language to implement the code. Okay, these are very simple thing. So number one feature I have already told you, that is multiple tab, how to open multiple tab and how to handle multiple tab. They have introduced in Selenium 4. Okay, so these are the lines, coding lines they have introduced. So this is the key line actually they have introduced here to open a new tab in Chrome browser. Okay, so I'm using here Chrome browser for my browsing. Okay, so driver.switch to .new window, this is the method, and inside that you have to implement window type .tab, window type as a tab. This parameter you have to pass, so that based on that it will understand that you have to open a new tab, and immediately then you can open the website you want to open in a new tab. Okay, so these three lines is the code to open a new tab. Okay, so there is no restriction that you can open this number of tabs, nothing is there. You can open as many as you want. So let's try to run this code. So as you guys can see that first I have opened the google.com, then what I have done, that I just open a new tab. So in the new tab I have opened booking.com. So if you want, if you have a scenario like that, you have to open multiple URLs in a multiple tab, on that time you can use this facility, this feature. Okay, to open multiple URLs in multiple tabs. And currently in recent browsing facilities we are using multiple tabs, not. Okay, this is the first feature. This is a very easy one. Okay, so I'm just commenting out this feature, and I'm just okay. So this one is one of the very good key feature. So this feature, using this feature we can take the screenshot of a particular element, any of the particular element we can take the screenshot. If you want to, if we want to take a screenshot of a particular logo or any particular element, suppose we need some, only need the screen, not, we don't want the screenshot of a full screen, we just need the screenshot of suppose a div section. So we can take that kind of this facility, this feature can is giving us that facility. Okay, we can use this facility. So here is the code. Okay, first here, so I am opening the google.com and I'm just taking the screenshot of the Google logo. Okay, so what I have done, Okay, so I have opened google.com, then I just click on the agree button. Okay, then what I have done, so I have just identified the element of Google logo. Okay, I can show you guys. I can just open google.com. Okay, I just want this image, Google image screenshot, so I can just inspect that one. Okay, using that screen XPath. Okay, so you guys can check that I want this element screenshot. Okay, so what I have done, that I have identified that element using this driver.find element, and I have used the XPath as a element locator. Then I have used this method is available right now with Selenium 4. You can use the element.getScreenshot. Okay, and then I have saved this file into my into the particular destination. You can save this one. Okay, so let's run this code. So this has been done. If I refresh my code base, you guys can see that there is no screenshot is available, and I am saving the screenshot as a logo.png. Let's refresh my code base. So you guys can see that there is coming. So they have taken the image screenshot of that particular element. Okay, so this is the method they have introduced. Okay, to get the screenshot of a particular element. This is feature number 2, and now I am coming to feature number 3, that is open multiple window. This is the same thing like how to open a multiple tab. Just I am using here, I am passing the parameter window type as a window, not as a tab. Okay, otherwise everything is same. If you have a scenario that you have to open multiple window, you don't have to open multiple tabs. On that time you can use this method. You can see that multiple window gets open. In the background you can see that google.com there is, and after that they have opened booking.com. This is a code for that one. Okay, so now this is feature 4. So in this feature 4 we will discuss about relative locators. So this is one of the key feature they have introduced in Selenium 4, that is relative locators. So what is relative locators actually? So first let's go to the Selenium documentation, what they have given in the documentation. So this is the link of the Selenium documentation. So I'll give this link in the video description. From there you guys can open this link and you guys can read. So what is there they have written? So Selenium 4 brings relative locators which are previously called as a friendly locators. This functionality was added to help you locate elements that are nearby other elements. The available relative locators are above, below, to left of, to right of, near. Okay, using this 5 method you guys can identify, you guys can use these relative locators. Okay, so how to achieve this one? Actually, to achieve this one you have to use this with method actually. Okay, so Selenium 4 introduce a method named as a with method. You inside the find element method now accept a new method. The method name is with, and using this with method it is accepting the parameter by. Okay, so and this method will return relative locators. So there is a very key point is there. Please note it down this one, that in the beta version and the alpha version this with method was named as a with tag name, but they have removed that method in Selenium 4 stable version and they have renamed this method, this one, as a with. Okay, so let's go to the code now. Okay, so I'll show you some of the relative locators featured here. So this one first I'll use how to use the below method. Okay, so using this below method I will get the text. Okay, suppose this is the website I am using for automation. So this website links I will share in the video description so that you guys can use this website for your automation practice. Okay, so this is the element. So I want this description, actually this text, to get this text. So this text has a value. Okay, let's check. Okay, div class, let's identify this one. So if I try to get this text, I am using that text XPath. It doesn't have any unique ID or unique thing so that I can identify that particular text. So it is returning me 6 element. Okay, so earlier what we can do that using this index. We can using the index we can get the element something like that. Sorry. Okay, so okay, using this one we can identify this element. But suppose you think this element is not this position. Now it is coming in the number 1 position. After some time, if you reload the page, it can be in the 3rd position or in the 4th position. On that time, how you will understand? Okay, how you can identify that one? Okay, in this kind of scenarios you can use this relative locators. Okay, so let me run the code, then I'll go through the code. Okay, so you guys can check that it captured the text and it is printing in the console. Okay, so as written in the documentation, okay, Selenium documentation, find elements is accepting this with method. So how to use this with method? So this method is a static method. Actually, to use this method you have to use a static import. Okay, so this is the static import you can use so that you can directly use this method. And as it is written that in the documentation, if I go to documentation, okay, so this user can pick a locator of the choice by by.id, by.css selector, anything, any strategies, locator strategies. Okay, so I am using here XPath. Okay, so I don't have to give any index here. You can see that I don't, to identify a particular element I have to give index 1. Okay, but here I didn't use any index here. I just given that XPath. Using the element 1 which has a unique element ID, using that I am getting the text. Okay, this is the below method I have used. Okay, and it will, this method actually will return me the relative locators. Okay, just commenting down this one and commenting the second one. So this is same like the above one. Okay, previous one, in the previous section, previous case I have used below, now I am using above. Okay, and in this case I am not using any particular class XPath also. I am just using the tag name. Okay, so what I have done that I am using this one. Let's copy this XPath and check in the website. So I am using this one, this item price. Okay, so using this XPath I want this text. Okay, using this one I am just identifying that text element. Okay, And here what I'm trying to show, that you don't have to use XPath also. If you can use directly use any tag name. So you have identified that okay, I have a XPath of a particular element, and I am not able to create any XPath for that what the intended element, so I can use directly the tag name. Okay, so I am using the tag name of div here. Okay, so here you can use the above method. I'm just commenting on this one. So this one is the left of. Okay, so this is same here. So let's run the code first, then I'll go through the code. Okay, so the price is printing in the console. Let's check. Okay, let's first check the base element. Okay, so this is the base element. It has a unique ID. Okay, add to cart. Based on this add to cart, I will identify this. I need the price of this section. So now it is showing in the second position. It can be shown in later. It can be shown in the any other position, in the first position, in the third, fourth, fifth, sixth, any other position it can show. Okay, so that's why I don't have anything, any unique thing. Okay, same thing here. If I use this XPath to check the item price, it is returning me 6 elements. 6 element is there. Okay, I can obviously use index, but as I said in earlier that it can be, now it is showing in the second position. After sometimes it can be showing in any other position. On that time index will not work. Okay, but though this add to cart button has a unique ID, using this unique ID, unique element, I can get this price value. Okay, so that's why I have used here to left of button, left of method here. So, and in the fourth, same is available for write off also. Okay, and here write off also I have using only button tag name, though just think that the button doesn't have any unique ID or anything. So on that time you can use same thing like that. Okay, if I run this code, so you guys can see that this is the add to cart. So let's do. So this is the thing, this is the price I have used. Suppose though I know that in the website this has a unique ID, but still I'm just thinking that it doesn't have any unique thing. I'm just using the tag name, the button. I'm getting the text of that particular button. Okay, so this is it. You can use near, or near method is also present. You can use those method. Okay, so if I remove this one, if I check, you can check that above is there. All the method is accepting by also and wave element also. Okay, so above is there, below, near, left off. Okay, right off is also there. And also interesting thing is that in near 4 parameters is available. Okay, so in next video I'll show you how to use near method. Okay, or as of now this is the thing. So just let me know if you need anything, if you need any help, just comment in the video. Okay, thank you for today. See you in the next video.